Welcome to today's tutorial, and today's look is on a light skin beauty. So this was my client who came for her birthday shoot. I decided to record the process for you guys. So I started off by hydrating the skin. It's important your skin is a little bit hydrated before you moisturize. So I'm going to be moisturizing the skin with my cetaphil moisturizer. Moisturizer is very important whether you have oily or dry skin. So after moisturizing the skin, I'm going to let it dry properly into the skin before moving on to my primer. So for primer, I'm going to be using my Keys Beauty Foundation Primer. This is going to give the makeup a very good base to sit on. After that, I'm going to let it dry into the skin before moving on to the next process. I'm going to be using my classic mattifying primer and apply it on her T-zone area. My client has a combination skin, so I'm going to apply the mattifying primer only on her T-zone area because her T-zone area gets oily, so this mattifying primer is going to help reduce the oil. After that, I'm going to let it dry, then seal up the skin prep before moving on to my foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Mary Kay Tamwise foundation in the shade 04. So I first of all used a flat brush to apply before blending using my damp beauty spot. It's been so long I used Mary Kay product. I honestly had the product in my box, just that I don't used to remember it, but I decided to remember it because the exact color I was looking for, Mary Kay has it, so I decided to use it. So after blending the foundation into the skin, I'm going to be locking it up. This is going to keep the foundation intact. Then I allowed it to dry into the skin. After drying, I'm going to be moving on to my cream contouring. For cream contouring, I'm going to be using this Blend Brilliant foundation. I'm going to be using it to contour her face, and if you want to contour your face, it is best to use a concealer shade or foundation shade that is 2 to 3 shades darker than your skin to contour your face. So after contouring the face, I'm going to be applying my cream blush. I'm going to be taking this shade here from my Blend Brilliant blush palette and apply it above her cheekbone and a little bit on the tip of her nose. Then I went ahead to blend using my beauty sponge. So next is to highlight the face. I'm going to be using my Milani concealer in the shade 145 to highlight the face. And if you want to highlight your face, it's best to use a concealer shade that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin to highlight. So after applying the concealer on the places I want to highlight, I used my beauty sponge to blend the concealer on the highlighted area. So guys, can you see how well blended everything looks? After that, I'm going to be contouring the nose with the same shade of foundation I used to contour the face. So I used a flat brush to apply before blending using my beauty sponge to avoid any harsh lines. After blending, next is to set the concealer on the highlighted area. I'm going to be using this Nubanbeauty in the shade Alabaster to set the concealer. Before setting, I blended the areas underneath the eyes to avoid creasing. Then I went ahead to set. So while setting, I do not like to pack too much setting powder. You don't even need to pack too much setting powder. A little quantity goes a long way, and make sure you set properly. So after setting the concealer on the highlighted area, I'm going to be setting the rest of the face with her powder shade. So I'm going to be using this Blend Brilliant powder palette. I'm taking her exact color to set the rest of her face. So whenever you want to set the rest of your face, do not use a shade lighter or darker. So make sure the shade you're using matches with your color. So after that, I'm going to be doing my dry contouring, which is low light contouring. I'm going to be taking this darker shade from the same powder palette to set the cream contour that I applied earlier. So if there's any question you have for me, please drop it in the comment section. I would respond to it. So after contouring, I'm going to be doing the same thing on the nose using the same shade. So after that, I'm going to be applying a lighter shade of powder on the highlighted area just to give it a little bit of coverage. So after that, I went back with my contour brush to blend to avoid any harsh lines. Then moving on to powdery blush, I'm going to be mixing these two shades from my Cheeky blush palette and apply it above the cheekbone and a little bit on the tip of her nose. After that, I'm going to gently take off the excess powder underneath her eyes. Then after that, I'm going to be using my powder brush to blend everything together. Then after blending everything together, I'm going to be setting the face. This is going to help reduce the powder effect and also help all the product sit well into the skin. Then after that, I'm going to let it dry before moving on to baking. For baking, I'm going to be using the same setting powder I used to set the face to bake the face. Then I also did reverse contour. Reverse contour is very important. It helps to lift your cheekbone. Then moving on to the brows, I'm going to be using my brow tamer on her brows just to lay it nicely. After that, I'm going to be doing the eyes. I'm going to be using my Viange eyeshadow base to prime her lid. So after prepping her lid, I'm going to be applying some setting powder on the areas underneath the eyes to avoid fallout. Then I went ahead with this eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be taking this shade here. I'm going to start applying it from the outer corner of her lid, then blend it towards the inner corner of her lid. So after the first step, I'm going to be taking this shade from the same eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using it to blend the edges so there won't be any demarcation. Then I went back applying the first color again because I want it to pop very well. So moving on to the next process, I'm going to be taking this shade here from the same eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be applying it on the inner corner of her lid. So next, I added a little pigment. I'm going to be applying it on the inner corner of her lid so that it would pop very well. After that, I'm going to be lining her upper and lower lash line with my Karite gel liner. So next, I'm going to be prepping her natural lashes with my Zaron mascara in order to give it volume. After that, I'm going to be applying a lighter shade of powder on the outer corner of her lid to define the lid. So moving on to the brows, I'm going to be using my Karite gel liner and my angled brush to draw her brows following the shape of her brows. You can also use your eyebrow pencil to draw your brows, but I prefer to use my brow gel because it's easier and it works well for me. My client's brows are really full, so I'm not really doing too much. I'm just, giving it a proper shape. I did not do too much. After drawing the brows, I'm going to be highlighting the brows. Oh, sorry, I think I highlighted the underbrows off camera. I don't think I recorded that part, so I'm highlighting the top of her brows now with her foundation shade. After that, I'm going to be blending it. So next is to set the concealer. I'm going to be mixing these two shades of powder to set the concealer. After setting it, I went back with this other eyeshadow color. I went back applying it so that there won't be any demarcation. Then I went ahead to wear her lashes from Cheelashes. So after wearing her the lashes, moving on to the lip, I'm going to be mixing these two shades from my Blossom lip palette to outline her lip. After outlining, I blended it. After blending, I'm going to be taking this shade here and mix it a little with this color. I'm going to be applying it in the middle just to brighten up the lip. After that, I blended it well, then went back to outline it again. Then after outlining it, I'm going to be prepping her under lashes, her lower lashes, to give it volume. After that, I went back to apply more contour shade on the places I contoured because I want it to be well pronounced. So next, I'm going to be taking a lighter shade of powder. I'm going to be applying it on the highlighted area and also use this brush to gently dust off the excess powder on the areas underneath her eyes. So next, I went back with my nose contour brush to touch the nose again. After that, I added more blush on her cheekbone because I want everything to pop. So after blending it, I'm going to go back with the contour brush to blend the reverse contour, blend the places I contoured so that there won't be any harsh lines. So after blending, I went back with my powder brush to blend everything together. After blending everything together, I'm going to be setting the face with my Kiss Beauty spray. So after setting the face, I'm going to let it dry properly into the skin. After drying, I'm going to be applying my highlighter. So I'm going to take this mixing these two shades from my Tehila highlighter and blush palette. I'm going to be applying it on the places I want the face to glow. Then lastly, I'm going to be sealing up the makeup with my Flawless IV Fix Spray. So I'm going to let it absorb into the skin, and guys, this is the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.